It's a hot one in Brisbane this afternoon, and there's potential for us to see some real spice out there on the pitch as Brisbane Roar prepare to take on Sydney FC. Brisbane had the better of the defending champions last season across their 2 games, but the last time they met, it was a 1-1 draw. Ash Brodigan scored first for the Roar before Courtney Vine equalised later in the first half. This controversial moment, this goal disallowed right at the death. Well, Sydney FC were uncharacteristically outplayed against the Mariners last week. Ante Juric has traditionally been a coach to mix things up after losses, and you'd imagine today will be no different. Brisbane, meanwhile, well, they were dominant against Canberra. They'll count themselves deeply unlucky to have lost that match. With more clinical finishing, they might just have the ability to nick a win from their powerhouse opponents this afternoon. It certainly won't be easy, though. You know the strength of Sydney FC over the past few seasons of the competition, indeed over the entire course of this competition's history in the Ninja A-League. And the Roar will have a boisterous home fan behind them this afternoon. Well, here is the Brisbane lineup. One change to the starting 11 that took on Canberra United last week. Sian Fryer is the player that misses out due to some tightness. It means that Emily Pringle comes into the starting side, while Brazilian Mayruleka makes the bench. Well, here are the Brisbane Roar players as they make their way out onto the pitch. On the right-hand side there, Tish Woods. She created 7 chances last week, the most in the competition. Momo Hiyashi, the Japanese player lining up there, debuted strongly last week as well. She'll be hoping for more touches on the ball, as will Tamiki Yallop, their captain. Sydney FC's lineup today, 2 changes for Ante Juric. Shay Holman and Indiana Dos Santos drop out of the squad completely. They're replaced by Kaylee Talon-Henniker and Margot Chevet. 17-year-old Amber Luchtmeyer is on the bench for the first time and in line to make her Ninja A-League debut. The referees today getting ready there. The central official today is the experienced Rebecca Durkow. She's assisted by Meesuk Park and Avril Beecham. The 4th official today is Rachel Mitchinson. Looks like the Roar have some fans coming out to do the toss. Getting to meet Tamiki Yallop, long-time Matilda. That's always pretty exciting. And that's Tobin, the Sydney FC captain, there as well. The formalities being completed. Of course, Tamiki Yallop, 127 appearances for the Matildas, 150 now for the Roar. She is a legend of Australian football, 63 goals in this competition. And the Roar, they were so good at times last week. It's just their defence they'll have to tighten up and also find a way to score more of their chances. That is the task ahead of Roar coach Alex Smith this afternoon. He said during the week that he was looking forward to playing at home. The teams don't enjoy having to come up to Queensland and play in the heat. Brisbane will look to play their own game again this week. With a home ground advantage, it could well work to their benefit. Sydney FC huddle, though, those players plotting against him this afternoon. A lot of those players have been here all before. They've been tremendously successful under this man, Ante Juric. There were always going to be question marks about how Sydney FC were going to deal with the departures of Courtney Vine, Charlotte McLean and Jada Wyman as well. But Ante Juric is renowned with finding new players, and this season could well be his greatest challenge yet. A win here, of course, for Sydney would lay down a marker that they are on the right track. A great crowd here at Berry Park this afternoon. A great day out at the football. You can see fans with their umbrellas, slip-slop slapping, making sure that they're sun smart. Shay Connors, pictured there, was a fan favourite here at Brisbane for a number of seasons before signing for Sydney last week, so it'll be a special moment for the American to be back up here in Queensland, no doubt connecting with old friends and old acquaintances. It is the home side, Brisbane Roar, who get us underway at Perry Park. Which team will get their first victory of the season, or will points be shared? After, of course, a round one that saw 31 goals scored, a record in the competition for any round ever. Sydney FC, who were the only team to score less than 2 goals, they only scored 1, which in a normal week wouldn't be so bad, but it means that, as it stands after 1 round, they're actually the worst attacking team in the competition. Of course, plenty to change over the 23 rounds of the Ninja A-League. It is the team in sky blue on the ball now, although not able to get it through Brisbane on Brisbane's right-hand flank. Bryson's throw is contested in midfield, and the Roar win an early foul. Great to hear the Roar Corps making noise early, the Brisbane Roar Women's Active Support Group. Adding some noise and colour to Perry Park. They'll be right behind their team in this project that Alex Smith is building. Here are Sydney, straight away on the break. It's Connors who's the player lurking. It's kicked away by Varley. Emily Pringle on her starting debut. She came off the bench last week. The American is brought to ground and wins another foul. And Tori Chimeth is getting an early talking to from the referee. Taking a look at that foul again, well, not quite a yellow card worthy challenge just yet, according to referee Rebecca Durkout. Maybe if she'd have been slightly further up the pitch, it might have been. No doubt Durkout just letting her know. Hiyashi brought to grounds by an overzealous Hawksby. Throw up the line. And it's Sussel. Sydney FC's Jordan Thompson, the player, winning the ball on that occasion. Another American out there. Faye Bryson, her second game in sky blue after moving over from the Mariners last season. She said that she loved the lifestyle in Australia, loved living on the coast. Sydney, of course, not too far removed. Varley playing it out from the back. Brisbane advancing up the line. Great touch from Popatanova. In some space here, she's got players on her inside. The ball played into the legs of the Sydney defender, and well, there's some afters here. Popatanova has gotten in a little scuffle with Faye Bryson. Tish Woods, the youngster, has had to get involved and push her teammate away. Well, it is already fiery out there at Perry Park. Referee just keeping a lid on things, just having a word to the Bulgarian international. She scored on her debut last week. She's previously been playing in Italy over the past few seasons. That's one to watch as this game goes on. Hiyashi's ball, deflected. Woods getting involved. Tish Woods had a wall of blue in front of her. Now Blissett has had the ball intercepted by Connors. Connors can't get past Hiyashi. And Brisbane will attempt to play it through the midfield. Pringle really making a positive impact, but it's come away to a Sydney FC shirt. Millie Farrow has managed to hook that over the top. Brisbane, though, win it straight back, 11 Smile 11, her ball too far out of the reach of Deborah Ann Delaharp, so a little bit of a breather. Sydney FC winning the throw, launching it up the line. With both sides beginning to just settle into this game, feel each other out. Certainly hasn't been for the faint-hearted so far. Brisbane winning that throw. Millie Farrow applying the pressure, perhaps wanting to make up for conceding a penalty last week against the Mariners. Handball in the box. Gave them the lead in that game. But we know what she can do, Millie Farrow, the former Perth Glory player. Scored 7 goals last season, but the bulk of those coming in the first half of the season. Very dangerous attacking threat when she gets on a roll. Brisbane happy to slowly advance it up that right-hand side. A lot of the play has gone down that side so far in this game. Popperton over. Again battling with Bryson. Bryson wins out that time. Jimeth. Jordan Thompson take the ball forward from the defensive line, but Woods wins it back. Her pass almost going astray. Brisbane just about managing to keep possession. The midfield battle is going to be so crucial this afternoon. Woods, such a remarkable story, a mid-season signing for the Raw from Peninsula Power, where Smith had worked previously. Impressed so much in that half season, as well as her NPL form, to be selected by Leah Blaney in the Under-20 World Cup squad. Now she's back at another season for the Raw and impressing already. Early doors in the season, of course. Sydney's defence happy to let that roll back to Bree Edwards. Her first season, the 21-year-old, as a first-choice keeper. She's been at Wellington Phoenix for the past 3. Finally gets her chance at Sydney. Big boots to fill. Big gloves to fill, I suppose, replacing Jada Wyman, who's gone to play in Sweden. He's done so quite successfully so far, lifting his side out of the relegation zone over there. Ball into the mix-up. It's Levin who comes away with it. Yallop has the opportunity to play in Pringle. Instead, will try to cut back inside. He's been swarmed by blue shirts. That's a nice touch from Popperton, who feels she should have had a foul, and it is awarded in her favour. Rebecca Turkow thought about it for a moment, and it's Yallop who's down hurt in back play because of that foul that you can just see on the edge of the camera there. She was brought to ground and she's in a bit of pain here. This will be of concern to the Raw because Yallop is someone who has not had the greatest recent injury history. She is back up on her feet and jogging it off though, so hopefully she's okay, the 33-year-old. Has played all over the world to Mickey Yallop. She is an asset to this Brisbane Raw side. Only 3 games away from breaking Claire Polkinghorne's Brisbane Raw appearance record as well. So they will be wanting her to get that done in the next 3 rounds and not have to wait for any injuries or anything that may occur. Hiyashi. Cross delivered in. Bree Edwards, safe gloves. Just calming everyone down. Papadanova pressing. Tobin had to be quick and got the ball away. Settling a little bit now, Sydney have to be careful when they're playing it out. Yallop that time was the player pressing high. And Sydney in transition, long ball up the line, not able to find the target, although a thumbs up from Kaylee Talon-Henniker, the 18-year-old starting today. Raw not able to get it past Thompson. No, Woods is there to win the ball back in midfield. Papadanova taken down by Bryson legally, says the referee. Motions for her to get up and play on. Jordan Thompson was perhaps feeling the effects of that pressure, just hoofed it out of play. So it was a Brisbane throw. Pringle unable to escape the attentions of Hannah Lowry. Varley comfortable and happy to play it back to her keeper, Liv Sakani. You can see quite clearly there that gap in the half space between where the players are pressing and the halfway line. Whoever can control that space is going to go a long way to having a positive result in this game. Possession so far in the way of Brisbane, 66%. Alex Smith is a student of the City Football Group way of playing football, the possession-heavy style. Doesn't want to see his midfielders watching the ball go over their heads too often. But in order to do that, he needs his midfield to drop into that space so they can play out and beat the press. Some of the best defensive midfielders, the number 6 role, that's what they do really well. They can get into that half space and be the outlet for the defense. It's not all on the defenders, it's also on the positioning of the midfield. Pringle, all the way back. Again, that pressure coming from Sydney. Tori Tumeth believes that they should have won the throw, but it is Brisbane's ball. Woods. Pringle trying to play it up the line. Hayashi intercepted. Sydney on a run here. Talon-Henniker trying to play it back to Farrow. Can't do so. And now Yallop picks it up in that space. Tamika Yallop has green grass ahead of her. She'll play it forward. It's brought to ground in the process. But Nat Tobin able to intercept. Well, promising signs for Brisbane. Neither team really having a clear sight at goal just yet. Trying to switch play, but can only play it straight at Sydney's defence, and Tori Tumeth very calm. 23-year-old Tumeth. It's her 55th appearance in the A-League Women's. She was at Melbourne City for a number of years. She did her ACL back in 2022, but has since recovered and is one of the premier defenders in this competition. Yashi's ball. Over the top, looking for the run of Papadanova. Stays on her feet here, Papadanova. Bryson again in that battle, and the goal kick is awarded. Assistant referee Meisel Park Not a very popular person in Brisbane at the moment. That call going against them. Well, she had a point as well, because it did look like the final touch came off Bryson. There's a ball over the top. Farrow running onto it. Millie Farrow in a battle with Varley. She went to ground, but it was strong work from the Raw defender. Their new centre-back standing tall and ensuring that Farrow was not able to get that shot on goal. That's great work from Varley. And then, well, she was almost a little bit too cool, calm and collected, trying to play it out. Left herself a little bit exposed, but all's well ends well with a Brisbane throw. You imagine, given that possession stat, it will be in transition that Sydney will threaten the pace of Farrow. We saw her do that for Perth Glory quite a lot last season. She was able to get in behind like that, and that's how they scored a number of their goals. Shay Connors as well up top for Sydney, very pacey as well. Brisbane trying to do the right thing and play it out, winning a foul in the process. It's been a fairly stop-start affair in these first 16.5 minutes, and Pringle, from that footage, it does seem like that foul was a fair enough call. Gets this long ball headed away. Woods. McQueen was under pressure. It was great work from Hiyashi to switch the play. Now Della Harp has some space, cuts inside, looking for options. We go back to Woods. Tish Woods, her pass intercepted by Chimeth, although Chimeth's touch was heavy, so it'll come all the way out to Pringle. Emily Pringle will take on Thompson one-on-one. Pringle, the cutback, cleared away by Sydney. A promising move again for the Raw. Emily Pringle, the American, getting in a promising position, and then cleared away, read well by Chauvet. Thompson did really well against Popperton over there, and Bree Edwards will win the goal kick as a result. She wasn't getting beaten twice in a row, the 26-year-old. She was Nat Tobin's injury replacement signing last season and enjoyed it so much that she's come back for a second year. Of course, Tobin coming back from an ACL injury. It's a good interception. And Sydney are away again. Pace of McQueen, though, able to cut off the run, and eventually Sakani is able to meet it and kick it upfield. Yallop winning the ball from Chauvet. Yallop finds Popperton over. She's got Pringle in the middle. Maybe a little bit too much on that ball, though, so she'll have to reset. Popperton over. Putting the ball central. Yallop was lurking. Chauvet clears it away. Woods being urged to shoot. Tish Woods cuts inside, does shoot. Shot blocked. And cleared. You can hear the crowd really lifting here whenever Brisbane go forward. Here's another ball into the middle. Thompson coolly dealt with. And Tobin able to take it out of trouble. Now that's a lovely ball, but Varley again equal to it. Connors will receive the ball in a promising position. Connors collides with Chelsea Blissett. And that is a foul against Blissett. She got that challenge all wrong there, the 24-year-old. Connors, it was a good first touch, and then I think possibly Blissett thought that the ball had gotten more away from Connors than it had. And she is okay to continue. She'll walk that one off. And the visitors have a promising chance It'll be the left boot of Hannah Lowry who will take this one. She is renowned in this competition for her set-piece prowess. First season away from her hometown club. What can she produce here? Lowry's free kick. Over the top, it's met by a sky blue head. And it's gathered comfortably by Sakani. Jordan Thompson was the player who met the header. Just getting away from Leah Varley there. Not able to get enough power to challenge Sakani. So Brisbane again in transition. Robertson-Over really is the outlet when Brisbane have the ball up top. And there's an interesting stat already. Brisbane 12 duels won to Sydney's 4. So at the moment, it is Brisbane who predominantly are winning that battle for space in midfield. Sydney FC, of course, a mostly young side. And it probably is reflective of that possession stat that Brisbane are able to do that. And that ball from Varley, all wrong, out for a Sydney throw. Yallop. Now 11. That's good tracking back from Hawkesby to ensure that she won the ball back for Sydney. Playing the ball on this far side, Hiyashi getting in the way. Now Della Harp dropping deep and fulfilling her defensive duties. Hiyashi going to ground. Sydney still with it. Woods eventually takes the ball away from Farrow. Tight spaces here for Brisbane. They have to be perfect, and eventually it's just cleared up the line. Hiyashi, though, picks up the ball. Still going, Hiyashi. And Brisbane will have the throw. Remember, Hiyashi, she had the most passes in the game last week for Brisbane and was very heavily involved. She's been at Gold Coast United in the Queensland NPL since 2019. Brisbane's been her home for that time, and she's been a standout player for that entire time. This is the first season that a coach has taken a punt on her and said, no, you think that you can play at this higher level. She's impressed so far. Though Sydney FC will be the team to win that free kick after a little bit of a scrap. It was Hawkesby who won the ball off Hiyashi, and then Hiyashi didn't want to let it go on the ground, but that meant that Sydney FC had the right of way, so to speak, so they won the free kick. Sakani. There's another stat that illustrates the way the game's gone so far. 90 accurate passes for Brisbane, only 39 for Sydney. Brisbane are the team who are trying to play more passes, to play it out from the back, to keep possession more. But of course, in a football match, that doesn't necessarily mean that you underside on top, because all it takes is one perfect pass, one defense-splitting pass, one moment. And as long as the ball finds its way into the back of the net, it doesn't really matter how. Sydney certainly look to be a side that are looking to benefit in transition in this game. They've no doubt studied what Brisbane have been doing under Alex Smith, and Ante Juric would have watched last week closely against Canberra. Here they come now, Connors. Oh, a bit of a miscommunication. The ball not able to reach Farrow, who was making the central run. But it's those moments there, the pace of those two forwards, Farrow and Connors in particular. That will be the thing that causes Brisbane's defence all sorts of issues. And again, they would have seen that last week against Canberra. Canberra able to capitalise, put the ball into the back of the net. Sydney will be hoping they can do the same. A foul given in Chelsea Blissett's favour on that occasion. So Brisbane are away here. Pringle. And Pringle wins a foul, and the first yellow card produced in this game as well. Shay Connors is the player who's run afoul of the referee. In fact, it was Tori Tumeth. Connors was just in the way when the referee was pointing at the players. So Tori Tumeth with the first yellow card of the game. And well, there's been a lot of fouls in this match so far. It was almost a matter of time before a yellow card was produced. And it means that Brisbane will be the side with an opportunity from a free kick. Tamiki Yallop and Hiyashi both lining up to take it. Hiyashi will leave it for Yallop. They'll go short. This is a training ground routine. It's gone a little bit wrong. They still have possession though. Varley clashing. Well, that is not how it worked at training, I would gather. So it is a hot one in Brisbane today, highs of 31 degrees, so there will be a cooling break. Can be held for up to 180 seconds. Players able to leave the field of play to seek shade and take on fluids. Make sure that they're okay to continue and play to the best of their ability for the entirety of the match. Also gives a chance for coaches to give some more instructions. Ante Juric definitely laying down the law. There's plenty for both coaches to think about really, because there hasn't been any massive chances. It's been a bit of an attritional game. We've seen some spice, we've seen a lot of fouls. A stop-start affair so far. So the task for the coaches at the moment is how to help their team find a way to get the breakthrough. It's now 11 listening intently to Alex Smith there. The players just making sure that they've cooled down, that they're hydrated. Saw a Go Connors sign in the crowd there. Probably some of those people that Shay Connors has played with during her time in Queensland. And in fact, well, the referee was pointing in the right person. It was Shay Connors that got the yellow. She wasn't the one to commit the foul, so I wonder whether maybe that was a bit of talk back or something like that. So just confirming, in fact, it was number 9, Shay Connors for Sydney FC, who did receive that yellow card. So there you go. Just wonder if maybe there was some reason to that I can't quite catch. Anyway, play continues. It is the Raw who are back in possession. Tisha Woods striding into space. Outline to Pringle. Yallop. And to use a cricket term, I often say that after a drinks break is the most dangerous time for a batsman, that maybe you lose concentration a little bit. I wonder if that's the case for defenders as well. Brisbane trying to take advantage immediately after that break, but Sydney FC able to clear it away. Hawkesby. Good touch from Mackenzie Hawkesby. She's got players on her inside, but not able to escape the attentions of McQueen. Tumeth. Lowry. Hawkesby. Not able to get away from Varley. A crucial touch from Leah Varley. But it's won back by Tumeth. Tumeth delivering across. It's gone all the way through. Farrow disappointed she wasn't able to get a touch on that one. And then Talon Henniker not able to win it off Della Hart. Opportunity not over for Sydney. Bryson with the throw. to Lowry. Sydney trying to find a way through. Good ball from Chevet. Found Bryson. Now this ball coming in dangerous. Varley though, such a tall presence in that box. She mostly played as a fullback for Melbourne City. Only had 10 appearances for them, but for the Roar, she is lined up at centre back both times. The Roar win another foul here. There's Margot Chevet putting a little bit too much pressure on Tamika Yallop for the referee's liking. Sydney FC committing 8 fouls so far in this game, 2 for Brisbane. I guess that shows in the Jules 1 stat where Brisbane are well ahead at the moment. Sydney FC not able to win those challenges right now. That could well change. Still plenty of time to go in this game. Urich continuing to instruct his side. He is a loud presence on the sideline at Sydney FC games. Yallop. Woods goes central. Pringle not able to get the crucial touch, but Woods will win the ball back. She's been good again in these first 30 minutes or so, Woods. Harley's touch, a good one. Woods. Brisbane playing it out from the back well. Della Harp after Popadanova. That's Oban not letting her past. This is turning into a little bit of a war of attrition out there. Not too much in the way of opportunities. Those sights on goal. Just both teams trying to grind each other down and find a way through. After what was the most goals in a round in round one. We saw a scoreless draw last night between Western United and the Central Coast Mariners, and now we're seeing two sides struggling to find a way through again. If you are here from the Melbourne Derby, won't spoil that result for anyone, but that game did buck the round two trend. There's Popadanova, who's managed to reel this ball in. Yallop. Lead away from Thompson. Woods has picked the ball up. She'll take a shot herself, Woods. Wasn't dropping enough to challenge Edwards in goal. And Woods decided to try and take matters into her own hands, but that was never really going to dip and hit the frame of goal. Brisbane perhaps missing the directness of Sian Fryer this afternoon. She missed out due to a minor muscle complaint. So they are missing some attacking flair up top. Injured for the Raw as well, Danelle Tan, their new signing from Singapore, who will miss 4 to 6 weeks. Tyus Stevenson will miss the season due to an ACL injury. Here they come forward now though, Brisbane. Popadanova going to ground, but the ball won cleanly by Sydney. Trying to make something happen here is Talon Henniker. Hiyashi wins the ball back. Just wonder maybe after last week, coaches around the competition have said, well, we're going to do a week of defensive drills. It certainly appears to be the case today, because hasn't been too many defensive mistakes at all. Very difficult to get a foothold for both attacks. Here goes Woods. Pringle. Looked good in her first start, Emily Pringle. Oh, that ball almost releasing Farrow. Couldn't quite get the first touch that she needed to play it on for herself or Connors, who was also lurking. Hiashi's ball. Can't find Levin, and Brisbane will win the throw. Varley. Playing it back to Sakani. It's also very difficult in this kind of heat to maintain the press as well. So both sides probably just sitting back a little bit as a result of that. There's Popperton over though, making forward progress. Hiyashi. Della Harp. So hands up as if to say, weighing my options. She does play it to Levin, and then the ball will come back away to Della Harp. Popperton over. There's the ball on the byline. She'll play back to Hiyashi, and back again to Della Harp. 1-2 with Hiyashi. Hiyashi's ball wasn't able to reach an orange shirt in the middle. Well, you just wonder if one moment of magic, one moment, an attacking chance, a goal, it might just open this game right up. Because again, it is somewhat of a stalemate at the moment. It's like in chess when two pieces are facing each other, not willing to take the other, just staring at each other from across the board. That's what's happening at the moment. Connors trying to reel that one in, not able to do so. I believe in chess that's called keeping the tension, is the technical term for that. And football is a chess game. That is what is happening at the minute. Brisbane Roar, though, still dominating possession, 63%. That is in keeping with the way that Alex Smith likes to play his football. Hawkesby thought that she won it, but Woods comes away with it. Tish Woods in some space. She'll go herself here, Woods. Tried to play a ball through to Yallop. It didn't reach her, though. And now Sydney. They're a chance in transition. Hawkesby, ball over the top, looking for Farrow, who got there first. Farrow's ball straight at Sakani. And she might be hurt here. Really, Farrow. Let's hope she's okay to continue. That is a beautiful ball over the top. Farrow got there, but Sakani did just enough to keep the ball away. Farrow, well, she's sitting up, which is a good sign, but looks to be perhaps a little bit winded from that effort. And it's those little moments where Brisbane are out of shape just a little bit. Those are the moments that could make all the difference in a game like this. Players on both sides will take an opportunity to have a bit of a hydration break as well. Just taking a look at this again. Farrow came so close. And she'd have gotten that either side of Sakani, and if it had been on target, and no doubt would have found the back of the net. But the Englishwoman, the former England under-23 international, walking that one off, should be okay to continue. It's nodding to the physio, which is always good signs. For Sakani, the Brisbane goalkeeper, her second game in the league today. She's 25 years of age. She's on loan from Racing Louisville. Played her college football at California Golden Bears and also the University of Washington. There have been so many young Americans who have come to this league and made it big from here. Many of goalkeepers as well, of course. Last season, Brisbane had Jordan Silkowitz. Sakani hoping to be the latest of that ilk who will go on to bigger and better things, but Farrow really has an issue here. She's gone straight back to ground. And this might be her afternoon done here, Millie Farrow. That would be a really unfortunate sight for her. Farrow, before she came to Perth last season, she was at Chelsea's academy. She was at Bristol City, Leicester City as well. Just see her pull up there. That is not a good sign at all. So she'll be down, receiving some attention. She's desperate to continue, but she's just clutching at the back of her leg, perhaps a hamstring. She's jogging off okay, but you wonder if Sydney will take the chance on her. There's a long season ahead. Here's the original incident that caused the injury. And she's coming back on, Millie Farrow, so hopefully she is actually okay to continue. Got options on the bench if they need them, but here's Hawkesby intercepting high, her shot blocked by Varley. It may be a player like Hawkesby who just takes this game by the scruff of the neck to make something happen as we approach half-time. Pringle. Emily Pringle trying to play it central into 11. Doesn't reach her. Woods. Tish Woods, ball over the top. Tamika Yallop is there. Tamika Yallop still. It's cleared away. That first shot from Yallop, not good enough. Edwards able to palm it away. And then Sydney's defence getting back to clear it. It was fantastic work from Tish Woods. A lovely touch and then a stunning ball over the top. Yallop's shot able to be parried away, and then it was Faye Bryson who cleared it for Sydney. That's got the Brisbane fans up and about. It's Yallop who will take this corner. Leah Varley was a predominant target last week. It'll swing towards the back post again, headed away. Hayashi this time is there. She'll take a punt from distance. And Bree Edwards able to gather. A promising little period there for Brisbane. Yallop will be tremendously disappointed she didn't bury that opportunity. But suddenly, a little bit of energy injected, and that was all it was going to take, just one of those moments. That's open for Sydney. Imagine there's going to be some sizable time added on due to the cooling break and also the injury to Millie Farrow, as she has since recovered from. So we've just received confirmation of 4 minutes of time added on, so still 4 minutes left in this first half. Can either side fashioned something before the break. Here come Brisbane, looking to do just that. Popperton over. Still going. Evie Popperton over, cutting inside. Piyashi has the ball taken away from her, but it'll come back to Brisbane. The cross cleared by Thompson. Woods. She's been the architect of a lot of the good stuff for Brisbane today, Woods. Pringle. Blizzard to Woods. Tish Woods with some space. She'll play it through to Yallop. Blocked away by Tobin. An opportunity here for Pringle, who's not able to hit the target. And it'll roll out of play for a Brisbane throw. Connor's apologising there to Chelsea Blissett. She just lost her footing at the end and, as a result, collected Blissett a little bit. Just a replay of that. Connor's immediately apologetic, nothing serious in that one. Well, Tobin looked to be in a little bit of strife after that defensive effort, but she's back on her feet. No physio required, which is always a good sign. Of course, her second game back from a season-ending ACL injury that she picked up in round 1 of last season. And Brisbane have won themselves a dangerous free kick here. Tony Tumeth protesting her innocence vigorously. We'll take a look at the replay and will be the judge at a second look. It did look like she collected Popperton over from behind. I'm not sure if she's got too much of a case there, Tumeth. To be fair, I don't think a defender has ever thought that they've committed a foul, so fair enough. Minky Yallop will be the one to take the free kick. Yallop, curling effort towards the back post to scramble, and it's made its way through. Brisbane Roar have the goal just before the break. It was Chelsea Blissett who got the final touch on it. Well, after returning from a season-ending injury last time out, it's Blissett who have given the home side the lead. Tamika Yallop's free kick caused all sorts of danger here for Sydney. Blissett got a touch and then it came off Sydney's defence. Perhaps Hannah Lowry will have to wait to see whether that will be credited to Blissett or an own goal. But either way, Brisbane do not care at all. Chelsea Blissett with her second goal in the Ninja A-League has woken this crowd right up and has given the home side a much-needed lead before the break. And that will certainly change the respective team talks at half-time now. It is the best time to score, they say, first half stoppage time. With the way that this half has gone, there's still time for Sydney to create a chance of their own. That ball, though, not going to reach anyone and will trickle out of play. Well, what a great moment for Blissett, and of course she's making a little bit of a habit of scoring against Sydney FC. Last season, in round 2, she was the player that scored when Brisbane Roar won 1-0. Will history repeat itself this afternoon? Brisbane Roar fans will certainly be hoping so. It's a bit of a different game, that one. Sydney FC were well and truly on top and weren't able to put away their chances. This time out, though, it's been very even. Brisbane with the majority of the play. And they will be mighty relieved because that is half-time. It is the Brisbane Roar with that late goal to give them the 1-goal advantage. Chelsea Blissett, the player from a Tamika Yallop free kick, who managed to bundle it past the Sydney FC defenders and into the back of the net. Brisbane Roar fans thrilled here at Perry Park because at half-time, It is Brisbane Roar 1, Sydney FC 0. Well, let's take a look at the highlights from that first half. Sydney FC created a couple of chances. This was their best. Millie Farrow from that ball over the top got there first, but not able to get past Olivia Sakani in goal. Tish Woods, this was a lovely ball to Yallop, who would be kicking herself. She wasn't able to bury that one and put it into the back of the net. It was a lovely touch from Woods, and then a wonderful ball over the top, but Yallop not able to convert the good work. This time, though, Yallop, heavily influential ball right in the mixer. It bobbled around, and Blissett was able to direct it in on goal. It was a fantastic free kick, very difficult to deal with. Came off Lowry. And Brisbane are the team that leads at half-time. Let's take a look at the stats at half-time. Brisbane Roar with the majority of possession, not too many shots on either side, but you can see that the Roar were certainly building into the game as it went on. Those 6 shots to 2, saying that they were the slightly better side in that half. Well, half-time ends with the home side, the much happier of the two. Still plenty of action to come, of course. It's Brisbane Roar 1, Sydney FC 0.
There's an out of football at Paramount Plus, the only place to see every A-League match, combat Matildas and Subway Soccer Rules game. Live stream every game, every goal, and every moment live on Paramount Plus. Get ready to cheer, just like Liberty supports the A-Leagues, they're on your team too. Whether you're planning a holiday or buying a new home, they could provide assist you to kick your free thinking goals. Liberty, loans for free thinkers. All right, we're seeing the crowd on the field at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for our CSQ halftime heroes today from the Noosa Lions FC and Maroochydore FC. Also, don't forget that you can also grab something from the barbecue, which is at the north end of the stadium. And if you want to grab some Brisbane Roar merchandise, just grab all the kits, everything Brisbane Roar merch at the southeastern corner of the stadium. So make sure you pop in, get your orange on, and all your favourite Brisbane Roar merchandise, and of course your brand new jerseys. We've had so many times to watch the
Well, don't forget, if you're 16 or under, get your Ninja A-League pass now.
Do you want access to watch your favourite women's team play live in the Ninja A-League at any stadium across Australia for free? If you are under 16, register online now for the Ninja A-League Women Digital Pass. It'll give you free access to the first 4 rounds of the season. For more details, go to aleagues.com.au.
Well, the action doesn't stop today, of course. Tomorrow, it'll be the Perth Glory taking on the Newcastle Jets. Hear from Glory's coach, Stephen Peters.
I think Newcastle are an interesting team. They're very robust and they're very direct. I know the manager pretty well. He's a very jovial character, and he'll have them fit and primed for it for sure. And it's a completely different task to the Melbourne City task. So we've done quite a bit of work on looking at Newcastle already, and we've got to get ready for them pretty quickly because it's not too far around the corner.
Grace Johnston will be one of those players who will be crucial to that clash tomorrow. Let's hear what she had to say.
Definitely, it's a bit of a different team from last season. We've got a whole new look to the squad. I would say a bit more comfortable, a bit more settled in, but obviously can't take my foot off the gas. I think that's a big thing for, myself and a lot of the young girls. You can't stand still for any point in time because someone's going to take your position or, something like that, and you always want to improve. So, yeah, I think definitely a different team, a different look, but still the same goal. So, yeah. Being so far away from everyone else, we have that sort of advantage for home. It's a long trip over to Perth, and our fans are so incredible, and they create that environment that teams don't enjoy coming to. So I think, 100%, if we can take as many points as we can from these games, it'll be great for us in the season.
Well, this is set to be an incredibly exciting match. HBF Park, 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time tomorrow. It is Perth Glory with their first home game of the season. They're taking on the Newcastle Jets. Can the Newcastle Jets find a way to replace the goals of Serena Bolton and Melina Ayres? That is the question for them. Well, we're only a couple of weeks away from Unite Round. Make sure you get your tickets for that one.
If you haven't already, make sure to mark these dates in your diary. The 22nd to the 24th of November, it is Unite Round returning to the A-Leagues. Ninja A-League playing out of Leichhardt Oval, the Isuzu A-League out of Allianz Stadium. Tommy Orr, 2 venues, 14 clubs, 1 city. It promises to be an absolute football feast for A-Leagues fans.
Absolutely, and fans very much at the forefront of this weekend, and it's exciting to have so many exciting games and so many football fans from around the country and New Zealand, of course, all in one city, and the family atmosphere and the things going on around the games. I feel like there'll be a lot of excitement, so a lot to look forward to for A-League fans.
There's going to be legends on display, food trucks, DJs, you name it. The entertainment is sorted for Unite Round. In the women's, there's obviously the standout fixture. They're all great games, but the grand final rematch from last year, Sydney FC against Melbourne City. Yep. Of course, they finished 1v2. Melbourne City pipped them to the Premier's Plate on the final day of the season after Sydney FC got that terrible loss by their own standards against a Melbourne Victory. If you're looking at the men's, the Isuzu A-League out of Allianz Stadium, I mean, where to start with the games here? Yeah. Not only is there a derby between the Mariners and the Jets, but a Sydney derby as well. Yeah, all huge games on everyone's bucket list. When the draw comes out in pre-season, these are the games that you have your eye on when it is, and to have them all on the same weekend in the same city just gives the fans a fantastic opportunity to experience all of them, and not only necessarily at the game, but in and around the game, the pubs, and the family atmosphere that I'm sure that will be happening in Sydney. So it's very exciting. If you haven't done already, head to aleagues.com.au to get your tickets for Unite Round. Reserve your spot there. Take in as much football as you possibly can. The 22nd to the 24th of November, it is Unite Round.
So still half-time here at Perry Park. It is Brisbane Roar 1, Sydney FC 0.
potentially banned from attending future matches as any other police interpretation. The financial fine might also be issued. The APL is committed to providing a safe and enjoyable environment. The players and officials are remaining within the city.
Welcome back to Perry Park in Queensland, where the Raw currently lead Sydney FC 1-0. It was Chelsea Blissett who scored the goal right on the stroke of half-time. This free kick from Tamiki Yallop, extremely dangerous. Blissett was the player who was there, able to guide it home. Her second goal in the Ninja A-League and her second goal against Sydney FC. That one certainly delighted the home fans here. We've seen a couple of halftime substitutions as well for the Raw. It is Marioleka making her first appearance of the season. She is off the bench for Tamar Levin. And Sydney FC, well, they have pressed the Princess Abini button. She is being brought on in place of Millie Farrow. Farrow, of course, was carrying an injury towards the end of that half, so perhaps that came into play. Abini, though, she scored their goal last week, the only goal they scored against the Mariners. She'll be hoping to have a similar impact this afternoon, the 24-year-old. 8-time Matilda Abini, she's also scored for the national team. She scored 29 goals in the Ninja A-League, all of those for Sydney. There's the huddle. Tori Chumeth laying down the law for Sydney. Of course, the other sub there for Brisbane, Marioleka, the Brazilian, 32 years of age, came to Australia back in 2015, played in the Queensland NPL for a few years, was signed for them in 2020. She's a technical player. She'll be looking to make a real difference for them this afternoon. Well, it will be the substitute Abini who will kick us off at Perry Park for this second half. Sydney FC with it all to do as they look to overturn this 1-goal deficit. Just have to wait for Pump It Up to stop and the referee to give us the signal, and it has. So back underway. Can the defending champions get themselves back on the board and back in with a shot of picking up their first points of the season? Brisbane have been stubborn in defence so far, although here's an opportunity. And the referee pointing for a foul. Well, that was right on the edge of the penalty area. This will be fascinating in a replay. Shay Connors thinks that she won a penalty, is dismayed that it was a free kick. That is very hard to judge from that angle. I think the way you see that might be determined by what colours you are wearing, because that is right on the line. Connors seems to be signalling that she believes it should have been a penalty. That is as close as it gets. Well, Sydney with an early chance from a free kick. Hannah Lowry with the left foot. She'll curl this one in. Kia Lowry towards the mixer. Headed away though by Brisbane, and Eka hoofs it long. Gets it well and truly out of danger. Oh, Sydney FC coming out of the blocks with intent. You just wonder what was said at halftime. Coach Ante Juric, no doubt, spurring his side on. And that time, though, the offside flag will stymie their attack. Oh, Brisbane will have to be careful, particularly in these first few moments, you would imagine. Sydney will be pumped up, coming out of the sheds. They'll have a clearer understanding of what their coach wants them to do. This is a dangerous time for Brisbane. If they can weather this early storm, you'd imagine that will hold them in great stead. That throw going over everyone. Varley, the player, who will play it back to her keeper, Sakani, being put under some pressure from Hawkesby, and also Connors, as a result, forced to play it out for a Sydney throw. So just confirmation of that Sydney substitution there. Princess Abini coming on from Millie Farrow. Yallop's gone to ground. Players appealing for a handball, not given. Hawkesby very friendly, helping her to her feet. Tobin. Ball, not really a shot, more of a clearance, and he's gone out of play. Confirmation as well of Brisbane's substitution. Maria Lecker coming on in place of Tamar Levin. Della Harp. Hiyashi. Hit it long. Good first touch from Popperton Nova. No, it did get away from her in the end. Chauvet able to pick it up. Faye Bryson was pretty influential in that first half. Hiyashi picking the ball up in midfield. Here's Eckert. Mario Lecker's ball, can't get past Tobin. The second time of asking though, will come out to Popperton Nova. Will hit a first time cross. Sydney FC in the wait. Della Harp. Hiyashi, back to Eckert. Della Harp, delivering a ball of quality. Cleared at the back post by Tumeth. Talon Henniker. Plays it into Abini. In acres of space here, Princess Abini. They've got numbers forward. Talon Henniker continuing her run, but Varley is the player there, able to cut off her run. Sydney have indeed come out with a little bit more intent in this second stanza. That ball from Bryson finding Abini, although Yallop is there to intercept. Tamiki Yallop, lovely touch from Yallop. Ecker playing it up the line to Popperton Nova. Ecker will continue her run, but Jordan Thompson is there first. Will play it out for a Brisbane throw. Assistant referee Avril Beecham ensuring that nothing untoward happens, just explaining to Jordan Thompson why it wasn't a foul. Woods switching plate. Nice run on this side. Brought to ground. Woods with a long distance strike, blocked by Thompson. Pringle saying the referee got in her way there, as does the crowd, but play continues anyway. Connors striding forward. Still Shay Connors. Shay Connors with the strike. Goes well over the crossbar. Well, a sight that Brisbane Roar fans got accustomed to seeing over the years. Shay Connors in some space, this time in a Sydney FC shirt, and she fires that one over. Connors, of course, always looked dangerous in her Ninja A-League career. It wasn't really until her last season at Brisbane, which was the 2022-23 season, where she had an incredible run of late season form. She seemed to be scoring goals for fun, and then Sydney FC signed her just as she was hitting her best form. This is her 16th appearance for Sydney. She's on the deck now though. Players on both sides appealing for something, but play continues. She's very frustrated at the moment, Connors. Ball up the line, won't find Decker, it'll find Nat Tobin instead. Abini. Hiyashi trying to get in the way and concedes a foul. Abini just too strong for Hiyashi there. Referee just making sure things keep calm. You see Hiyashi, well, she was trying to use her body to keep Abini off, but when she went to ground like that, it always had to be given as a foul. Chauvet's ball intercepted by Woods. Yallop. Pringle. Back to Woods. Woods not able to effect a pass to a teammate. Hiyashi finds Yallop. Papadanova. Pringle going one way, then the other. Eventually Papadanova's found again. She's trying to dribble past Sydney FC players. In the end, opts to play back to Blissett. Hiyashi picked that one up before it reaches Talon Henniker. Ecker. Oh, good footwork from Mariel Ecker to get it over Tobin. Wait forward to Della Harp, and Ecker will give it back. Della Harp, can she put in a ball here? She can, a ball of quality as well, but not able to be converted. It was Emily Pringle, the player, making that run. Here's Yallop with a shot from distance. Tamika Yallop, well, so close to Brisbane's second. That is the quality that Tamika Yallop brings to this team. How about that for a strike? You can see the look on Brie Edwards' face. She was concerned that that was creeping in under the crossbar. Thankfully, from a Sydney FC perspective, it flew on over. Just those little moments. Last week, Yallop, there was a wonderful ball to Sean Fryer that was the cause of Brisbane's first goal. And then a moment like that. It's not always obvious, the work that she does out there, Yallop, but that was an example of something of the more spectacular. 2 shots on target each. Both sides have been hoping to add to that in this half. Papadanova playing it out to Pringle. Woods. Ecker. Della Harp. Looking for options forward here. Hawksby trying to intercept, couldn't do so. And Lowry trying to turn one way, then the other. Possession given away. Papadanova into Tamika Yallop. Tamika Yallop to make it 2. Shot blocked away. Still on here for Brisbane. Della Harp. Out to Ecker. Ecker's made a very positive difference so far in this half. Woods. Tish Woods. Being marked closely by Bryson Yallop. Lovely footwork from Tamika Yallop, but Thompson doesn't give her an inch. It's played out for a Brisbane throw. It was good work from Papadanova to find Yallop, and then superb defending from Jordan Thompson. Helps out by Hannah Lowry as well. Here come Brisbane again. Cleared away by Chevet. Have to be alert here, Sydney. Pringle towards the byline. Off a Sydney defender, so out for a Brisbane corner. For the home side, making life very challenging for this Sydney FC defence. Yeah, free kick that led to the first goal. Should be hoping to deliver a corner to lead to a second. Bit of push and shove in the box. Ricketts O'Cow just making sure that nothing untoward is occurring. Yallop delivers, back post, dangerous off the crossbar. Very close to sneaking in there, and a shot from Hiyashi will ricochet off the legs of the Sydney FC defence. She's always lurking just outside the area, Hiyashi. Let's take a look at this again. Yallop, well, it may have even gotten a touch from Edwards. She had to as well, because that was a corner of quality from Yallop. She's causing all sorts of trouble from set pieces this afternoon. Della Harp beat Bryson at the first time of asking, and then when Hawksby went back to retrieve it, the ball was played back to her. Solid header. Receives the appreciation of the Brisbane crowd. again, Leovali. She's not often going to get beaten in the air, Leovali. That is one of the bonuses of having her at the back. Papadanova was begging for that ball then. Bit of a miscommunication on that far side. And another miscommunication from Sydney this time, because it's played out for a Brisbane throw. Eka. Woods being urged to switch and does so, finds Della Harp. Deborah Ann Della Harp will play in the overlapping Momo Hiyashi. 1-2 with Eka. Hiyashi in some space. The cross in towards the back stick. Papadanova wasn't able to get there on time. It's come all the way out to Pringle. Emily Pringle now will deliver another good ball in. Brisbane players there. But Jordan Thompson is the player who is able to come and clear it away. Take a look at this. Good work again. Eka, 1-2 with Hiyashi. Momo Hiyashi's ball in. Oh, a little bit out of the reach of Papadanova. Well, another substitution here for Sydney FC. One of the players coming off there is Kaylee Talon Henniker. Maddie Caspers, one of the players coming on. And it's a debut for Amber Luchtmeyer, the 17-year-old. She was the NPL New South Wales Golden Boot winner. A supremely talented youngster, but now Brisbane striding into space. Yallop again with the long distance strike, just missing the frame of goal. Oh, Yallop, she is no doubt one of the players that young Luchtmeyer has looked up to. 23 goals in the NPLW New South Wales. Really just turned 17 as well. To do it at that age against senior opposition is incredibly impressive, and she'll be hoping to get her Ninja A-League debut off with a bang. Sydney FC need her to as well. And Matilda's teammate Maddie Caspers came on as well. So Wante Juric looking to youth. It's Brisbane though, still on the attack. Della Harp will take the strike. Again, just over the crossbar, but they're having more shots on goal here, Brisbane. They're looking to make something happen. If you don't buy a lottery ticket, you can't win. And Brisbane, well, they're buying a few of them at the moment. Yallop's come close on a couple of occasions, and then that one from Della Harp. He scored last week, of course, Della Harp from a free kick that time. It deflected in off the wall. She'll be hoping to add a second to her yearly tally, and well, play will have to stop here because Faye Bryson has gone to ground. Seems to be a little bit groggy there, Bryson. Hopefully, again, that's something she can just walk off. There's been a few of those today. It's been a very physical battle. Play continues. Bryson okay to play on. Sydney advancing the ball forward. Yallop not able to get past Chevet. Good footwork from Chevet as well to hold off Papadanova. Tobin will switch it out to Bryson. Okay, Bryson looking for the ball over the top, looking for the run of Luchtmeyer, but it's taken away from her by McQueen. Yallop Still going. Tamika Yallop. Pocketing over ahead of her. Tamika Yallop will shoot herself. And hits it wide. She did all the hard work there, Tamika Yallop, but couldn't hit the target. I mean, look at this. She's left Casper, she's left Chauvet in her wake. Jordan Thompson was backing away. She had the space to shoot. And she'll be regretting not hitting the frame of goal there. Matt Tobin and Jordan Thompson probably just backing off a little bit too much there. They probably need to step up and not give her that kind of space when she is beaten, when she has beaten other players in midfield like that. Again, everything in football is always risk versus reward. If you come up and try and make the challenge, you risk missing and them getting in behind. But if you back off too much, you risk giving them that amount of space. On that occasion, it was probably too much. Shermouth being put under some pressure. Ball will make its way back to Thompson. Chauvet can't get away from the Brisbane challenge. Hawkesby trying to make a difference. Hiyashi will play it to Yallop. Yallop now really asserting herself in this game. Oh, great touch from Yallop. Beats two Sydney FC players. Tried to play in Popperton over. Tobin is the player who hooks it away. Maybe this is as well reflective of that extra level of fitness required to be a long-time Matilda. As this game's worn on, Yallop's influence on it has increased. Here's Popperton over into the penalty area. Thompson didn't manage to keep it in. Well, she did, in fact, because it is, in fact, a Brisbane throw. So there you go, Popperton over. Perhaps letting it go out a little bit too early. They've still got the ball, though, Brisbane. Pringle. She's happy to try and let it go out of play, but how good is that from Jordan Thompson to win the ball back and play it up the line? Superb from the American defender. She's been fantastic in this game. Really has barely put a foot wrong. Popperton over against Thompson again. Evie Popperton over, the Bulgarian international, cuts inside and she'll find Bree Edwards. Well, she couldn't do much about the goal that the Raw scored, but on almost every other occasion, Thompson has been equal to every threat the Brisbane have thrown at her. Free kick now for Sydney. Hawkesby, the player who will take. Just another look at that possession stat. Hasn't moved too much. Brisbane 64% in this game. Ball delivered in. Dangerous ball. Punched away by Sakani, who's done really well there to judge that in the air and ensure that she got it away from danger. That was looping towards sky blue shirts. Sakani to the rescue for the Raw. Sydney still in possession. Intercepted by Brisbane. Can they find a way out? They can't. Varley being challenged by Abini. Into Sabini. Nice footwork from Abini. And in the box, Sydney. But a flag raised. Brisbane Raw get away with that one. Spared by the offside flag. Shay Connors was the player who was coming back from an offside position to gather that ball, and that's how that offside was flagged. So a good pickup from the assistant referee. Seeing the disparity in the shots now as well. Brisbane 14 shots to 5. A lot of those have come from some way out though, mind you. But certainly Brisbane have looked good for their 1-goal lead so far. And round 2 last season, the scoreline was 1-0. It was a Chelsea Blissett goal, but the game went very, very differently. That game, a little bit of a smash and grab from Brisbane. If the scoreline holds today, you can't say that it's been the same. Sydney will do everything in their power to change that, though. The ball cleared away by Brisbane's defence that time. Hawkesby, Tobin. Faye Bryson now. Luchtmeyer with a chance to deliver a ball in. McQueen was there to block it away. Sydney FC will win the corner. Promising early signs from Luchtmeyer. She was from the Bulls Academy in NPL New South Wales. That's where she scored all of those goals. McQueen, though, not letting her through that time. So an opportunity, not many corners in this game. What can Hawkesby do? Delivering towards the back post, beats everyone. And out for a goal kick. So Brisbane again deal with another foray into their defensive third. Sikani in goals, calming everyone down. Della Hub. Finding Papadanova. Tobin just slowing her down, ensuring that she'll have to pass back to Heka. Hiyashi. Lovely ball from Hiyashi to find Eka. Mariel Eka on her left. Well, that was a real miscommunication there, because the intent perhaps was to play through Yallop. Really, she should have gone herself there, Eka. So that Brisbane opportunity just petering out to a Sydney goal kick. Brie Edwards, of course, happy to take those as quickly as she can. But we will see now our second cooling break of the game. Of course, a very warm one at Perry Park this afternoon, so players just taking some time off to rehydrate, to get some cooling packs on, and to get in the shade as well. And a final opportunity for the coaching staff to have a word to their players, maybe some instructions to change things up a little bit. Sydney FC, Hunter Urich has made some changes. He's made some attacking substitutions with a Beanie, with Caspers, with Luchtmeyer as well. Take a look at the goal again. That is the difference between the two sides. This was just before the half-time break. Tamiki Yallop putting in a free kick of quality, and Chelsea Blissett, the player who was there to get the final touch and to steer it towards the back of the net. Hannah Lowry got a foot in but wasn't able to get it away from goal. Absolutely nothing goalkeeper Brie Edwards could do in that kind of situation. There is Blissett. Happy to have a bit of a rehydration. Ensure that the players are okay to finish this game as strong as possible. Sydney, again, you'd imagine there'll be a little bit of momentum here because they would have just gotten a talking to. They'll be reset. They'll be determined to find a way to get this goal back, to get their first points of the season. Uncharacteristic of Sydney FC. They did start last season pretty slowly as well, mind you. It was that mid-season transfer of Mackenzie Hawkesby that was one of the factors that really turned their season around and ended with them as champions. This time out, of course, they've lost Courtney Vine and Charlotte McLean to the NWSL, and they've lost Jada Wyman to Sweden. And now Brisbane are the team on the attack. Papadanova towards the byline, forced to play it back. Ball back from Pringle. Hiyashi. The first touch was a little bit heavy. It'll come out to Yallop regardless, though. Della Hart forced to run back to collect. Deborah Ann Della Hart. claiming that it's her ball, as is Bryson. It'll go the way of Sydney. Of course, Stella Hupp, one-time Ireland international, born and raised in Australia, but Ireland's the country of her heritage. Ultzmeier wins the ball back well, the youngster, although that pass ricochets off Woods and finds the running back up. Mariel Ecker, though, again, just hasn't quite been on the same wavelength as Popodanova today. Of course, Popodanova new to the team, only her second game in Brisbane Roar colours, so that will take some time to adjust. Thompson getting involved and playing it to Connors, but Brisbane able to hook it away. Hiyashi, Blissett now in a battle with Connors. Shay Connors can't get it past Blissett. Has some words to say to her as well. And that was good defensive work from Blissett. Not sure what Connors said there. Maybe just said, "What are you doing for dinner? Be good to catch up after the game." Ball thrown in. Sydney FC trying to force something. It's fallen to Ultzmeier. She'll have to play it back to Bryson. Abini playing it forward. Oh, the offside flag potentially up against Maddie Caspers had the ball came to her. And Abini here, it was a nice touch, a nice idea. Caspers not quite in the right position, and Brisbane's defence, to be fair, holding their line well. There's a long ball searching for Popodanova, but well defended by Sydney, who were alert to the danger. Of course, Maddie Caspers, her debut season last time out as well, scored 3 goals in 10 appearances. Just struggled with some injuries in the lead up to the Under-20 World Cup, but was selected in that squad as we see that foul on Tish Woods. Of course, Casper's sister Holly plays for Western Sydney Wanderers. No doubt she's keeping an eye on this fixture. Always makes the derby that much more interesting. And of course, that Sydney derby is coming up next week, so Sydney FC fans will have that to look forward to, but right here in the here and now, I'll be wondering how they can get the breakthrough to look for a point or 3 against the Brisbane Roar. Connors. Shay Connors delivering a ball high. Abini is there, as is Ultzmeier. Players challenging, but Brisbane scramble it away. Bryson, and that ball very calmly into Sakani. We might start to see Brisbane just slowing things down now as we approach the last 15 minutes or so of regulation time. Of course, every coach will say that they're still looking for the second, but as players, it's difficult not to think about holding on. That back pass almost going astray. Chevet playing it forward to Abini. Princess Abini can't get there. Sakani has been really, really good today in Brisbane's goal. Hasn't had to do an awful lot, but what she has had to do, she's done very well. And now the bane of a hot day like this, cramps for Leah Varley. Hopefully it is only cramps, because she's stayed down and the physio has been called. Alex Smith on hydration duty for Momo Hiyashi, also just giving some instructions. The physio signalling something, not sure what it is for Varley's sake. I hope it's good news. Just got caught in that challenge with Abini there. Another substitution for Sydney FC, and this is a bold one because Mackenzie Hawkesby is the player who has been taken off. Lucy Johnson has been brought on for her first appearance of the season. She's from Tasmania. Johnson, her junior club, Taroona FC. No doubt some Taroona FC players watching this broadcast and cheering her on. She played for Newcastle for a couple of seasons before joining Sydney last time out. Plays her NPL for the Sutherland Strikers in the New South Wales NPL. And for Urich to withdraw Hawkesby, that is a statement of intent indeed. There's some, well, they didn't want to let go of the ball then, those kids. They wanted to keep it as a souvenir, unfortunately. Someone just saying, look, you've got to throw it back. Some very good memories for a lot of us watching, I'm sure, of winning the ball in a game and wanting to keep it. Well, Brisbane eventually winning the free kick in that situation. Shumath cannot believe it. Papadanova was the player fouled. This second time of asking. Johnson, the substitute, maybe a little bit too keen to get herself involved and up and about. Taspa's belatedly remembering that it's her job to stand on the mark, so she walked over and did so, and then is being instructed on where to go in the wall by the referee. So Yallop with another opportunity from a free kick. What can she produce here? Tamiki Yallop, a good delivery. Papadanova couldn't get there. Brie Edwards punched it away. The whistle eventually goes. Well, this was dangerous again from Tamiki Yallop. Papadanova was flying, but couldn't meet it with the header and perhaps was offside in any case. Well, Leavali, after going down earlier, receiving physio attention, is down again here. The attention she's receiving from Marieleka seems to suggest it is only cramps, but she's clutching at that calf. But it may be something that means that she's not able to continue. There's still 10 minutes plus stoppage time remaining, and you'd imagine there'll be a significant amount of stoppage time given the cooling breaks and the injury breaks as well. So the options on the bench for Alex Smith and Brisbane Roar, a lot of them are attacking options. It'll be very difficult to replace Varley. We see that free kick again. Well, we are seeing a substitution for the Brisbane Roar. Isabella Hoyos from the Football Queensland NTC is coming on. She will replace Varley. Hoyos is only 16 years of age. She's from Brisbane. Her junior club is Springfield United. And this is her second appearance after she came on as a substitute last week. But a home debut for her, and no doubt incredibly special. You heard the applause. No doubt plenty of family and friends here this afternoon. Another substitution as well. Avi Papadanova, the Bulgarian international, making way for Grace Kulamu, another youngster, only 17 years of age. She scored a goal in her first game against Melbourne Victory. Led to their win in round one. Played in round two, and then unfortunately did an ACL in training that week. So it's great to see her back as well. She is such a promising player. Plenty of goals in her. A good finisher. And hopefully a breakout season for her this time out. Della Hart to Yallop. Keeps it in play, headed away by Thompson. The ball beats Hiyashi and ends up at the feet of Connors. Shay Connors Can't beat Hiyashi. The crowd really getting involved in every defensive effort now. Johnson, the substitute, doing good work in midfield. A beanie. Ball over the top for Connors. Shay Connors can't beat Blissett. Another Sydney throw. Tumeth. Brisbane players ensuring the attack could go no further. It's confirmation of that substitute. There's Kualamu coming on for Andy Popatanova. Bryson. Fake Bryson with the long distance strike. Hatsukani scrambling for a moment. She was able to let it fly past. Bryson just thought, didn't see any space opening up in front of her, so thought, why not have a crack from distance? Lifelong Liverpool fan is Faye Bryson, but actually moved to play for Everton at age 11. So originally it was at the Liverpool Academy, then moved. A common story with young players, but still has vintage shirts in her collection. FC trying to make something happen. Shay Connors with the left-footed strike. Not enough power on it. You can see the idea. Either a strike on goal or enough on it to fall into the path of Luchtmeyer. Didn't turn out the way she'd hoped. Connors, wouldn't she love to score the winner here in her 49th Ninja A-League appearance? So many players on the pitch for whom scoring the goal that would earn Sydney a point would be such a fantastic story. Oh, Tumeth, a little bit frustrated with Eka. And referee Rebecca Durkow will just come in to calm things down. To be fair to Eka, I'm not sure what more she could have done. She was trying to get off without incident. You can also understand the frustration of Tumeth as well. And it will be Tumeth to take the free kick. Frustrated at something, making her opinions known to Alex Smith, but we'll take the free kick anyway. Long, straight at Sakani, who gobbles those up for breakfast. Happy to collapse on the ball and take her time, as long as the referee will allow. She's saying, well, my teammate's doing her shoelace up, there's not much I can do. And now she'll punt the ball as far forward as she possibly can. Ball in contest. Bryson in a battle with young Kualamu. Kualamu is the player that comes away with it. Great work from the substitute. 1-2 with Woods. Kualamu thought about an early cross. Instead, plays it into Woods. Tish Woods. Away from Johnson, and then Tobin is there to take it out for a corner, although she's maybe hurt herself again. Just the way that she's holding that leg. Hopefully nothing more than cramp. I'm sure it's something that we'll see quite a bit of in the latter stages of this match. Take a look at this again. Woods with that attempted ball in. Tobin taking that ball out for a throw. So it'll be Deborah Ann Della Harp taking the throw for Brisbane. And Brisbane perhaps setting up for a long throw, are they? No, just taken short. Kualamu's touch not going the way that she would have liked. Referee just making sure that the throw is taken from the place that it's meant to be taken. Not allowing Bryson to steal too many metres. Deborah Beecham, tough customer, the assistant referee. Here's Kualamu, squares it to Eka. Marielle Eka opts against taking the shot. We'll play it back to Yallop, who played all the way to Pringle. And Pringle cutting inside, taking the strike on her right. Couldn't beat Faye Bryson, who did really well to intercept that ball because there were orange shirts at the back post. McQueen driving forward. Instead, Thompson will be the player to intercept and play a long ball up the line. And Sydney FC will win a free kick, and a yellow card is awarded as well. Great confirmation to see exactly who that was for. Shumath to Connors. Shay Connors can't beat Ecker, and it's the Roar, much the delight of their home fans who win that throw. It's all about keeping possession now for the Roar. If they have the ball, Sydney can't score. Caspers tried to play it to Connors. Ecker coming away with it, playing it off Shumath, winning another throw. And as much as Brisbane would love the ceiling goal, they would also just love to keep this one-goal lead. And the longer that they keep the ball out on this side, the more chance there is of that happening. Kulamu playing it into Yallop. Woods is in the middle. Will she keep it in the corner? No, Yallop, she'll try and go central. Tobin wins the ball. So Sydney FC will try and advance up that line. They'll win themselves a throw. We are right at the end of regulation time here. Iyashi to Ecker. Mariel Ecker. Kulamu. Looking for options here. Kulamu surrounded by sky blue shirts. 5 minutes of stoppage time. Della Harp will take on the strike. Just missing the outside post. Deborah Ann Della Harp with a great sight on goal. Maybe the angle a little bit too tight. So an injury on this far side. Tamiki Yallop. Well, there's the pickle juice, the famous pickle juice. Ecker's having some as well. It's going around to every player on the pitch at the moment, that pickle juice. Trying to stave off the crabs. So again, confirmation, 5 minutes of stoppage time. So Sydney FC with about 4 minutes remaining to try and get themselves on the board and to try and secure a first point of the season. Brisbane, meanwhile, looking to secure all three if they can hold on here. Johnson beats one. Still going, Lucy Johnson. Can't beat Hiyashi. Shumath's ball delivered dangerously. A header from Connors. It'll come out to Abini. If she can rake it in, she can't. So a goal kick for the Roar and precious seconds ticking away. So it's a good ball from Shumath. Connors' header almost coming into the path of Abini. Now this is very straightforward for Sakani now. Kick it as long as she possibly can, preferably to an orange shirt. Kulamu winning the header well. Ricocheting off Tobin, Ecker the only player pressing at the moment. Long ball from Shumath into the path of Caspers. And Maddie Caspers goes to ground and a foul again just outside the penalty area. Well, McQueen playing with fire there. That is the second free kick in that almost identical spot that Sydney FC have received. The first one came just after the half-time break, really early in the second half, and now in stoppage time, Sydney FC will have another chance from this spot. What can they produce this time almost every player up. Brisbane holding on here. Every outfield player for Sydney involved. Ball delivered towards the front post, headed away, and Eka will clear it long. It doesn't matter where, as long as it is away. Here comes Sydney again, but it'll trickle out. A Brisbane throw. Let's take a look at this. It was Yallop who was the player at the front post, able to clear that away. She really has been influential on proceedings this afternoon, Tamika Yallop. Still time for Sydney. Abini attempting to win that one. Cleared away from Blissett. Kulamu has done really good work up there. Now Yallop into the path of Delaharp, who will run for the heels here. Deborah Ann Delaharp. Anywhere will do. And she's gone one better because she's won her side a throw, which will eat up more and more seconds. Amber Luxmeyer, you can understand the enthusiasm to win the ball back. That ball into the corner, searching for Kulamu. And Brisbane will win the free kick. Well, what do they do here? Do they go for goal? Do they go for the corner? Only 40 seconds remaining. A goal would surely win it. But if they can tick down as many seconds as they can, they would win it as well. Looks like they're going to go the short option. The referee shooing Sydney FC players away. They have to be a certain distance away from the free kick. Yes, they'll go short into the corner. Delaharp, Yallop. Oh, there is nothing more frustrating for the Sydney FC fans watching this from home right now, but this is exactly what Brisbane need to do. They will keep that ball in the corner. They will put the rest of their players back behind the ball, ensuring there is no chance on the break. We are past the allotted 5 minutes now. Offside flag, so Sydney will be back in possession. How much time do they have left? That is the question. Abini trying to win it, can't do so. Woods can't get past Tobin, who's charging forward. Tish Woods striding forward here. Woods, will she go for goal? Will she go for the corner? Woods playing it into Kulamu, who shoots. And Edwards is so frustrated with herself because instead of catching that ball, she's palmed it away. It'll be a Brisbane corner. And that would have been a fantastic story had Grace Kulamu managed to get that one into the back of the net. As it stands, Brisbane will take their time to take this corner. There could only be seconds left. We are at the mercy of referee Rebecca Durkow. And Brisbane surely only moments away from what would be a fantastic victory. Tamika Yallop will deliver a corner in, surprising everyone. Will win another corner, so it worked out well. Thompson forced to head it away at the front post. More seconds ticking by. Perhaps some Brisbane Roar fans playing a little bit silly there, throwing the ball back in play. Yallop's delivery again, dangerous, headed away by Tobin. Do Sydney have one last chance on the counter? Abini. It's taken out of play by Brisbane. Nearly 7 minutes of stoppage time has elapsed. And that is full time at Perry Park. It is the home side who have walked away with 3 points. History has repeated itself because just like round 2 last season, it is a goal from Chelsea Blissett that has ensured that the Brisbane Roar have walked away with the win. The crowd at Perry Park here absolutely ecstatic. It was a hot one, it was a tough game, but Alex Smith and his side got the result that their dominance deserved. Alex Smith shaking the hand.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for of the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit.
So let's take a look at the highlights from this game. Sydney FC had one of the best chances early on. This ball over the top. Only Farrow got to first, was injured in the process. He substituted off at half-time. Here was the goal. The difference maker, Chelsea Blissett, managing to turn in a Tamiki Yallop free kick.